Hi, Instagram. Hi, YouTube. Hi, Periscope. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic myself. I'm a little tired, but it's okay. It's for a good cause. Your girl out here working hard. Ah! Okay. Ah! Don't fall. Ah! Hold on. Okay. All right. Let me start Facebook. Hello, Periscope. Oh, God. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. How do I block people? All right, whatever. Anyway. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. It is coming to a close. Guys, this week has been really dope, but really hectic for me. Hello, Amelia. How are you? For those of you who haven't been keeping up, like I said, it's been a busy week. I spent last weekend in Atlanta because I did my first speaking conference at the I Am a Miracle conference. It's a women's conference in Atlanta. It was headed by a high school colleague of mine, Pastor Nancy Dozier. It was a wonderful experience. The crowd was amazing. Thank you all who attended for your energy, for your questions. And I hope to do more engagements like that in the future as well. It was my first time in Atlanta since like the early 2000s. So I also, made myself a little day tour and visited some of the sites like Krog Street Market. I went to the Trap Museum. I visited this place called the Sound Table that had the most delicious dish of oxtail and grits. What else did I do? I went to a karaoke place and I found a Game of Thrones watch party. So Atlanta treated me very, very well. I cannot wait to come back sometime again in the future. So if y'all want me out there to do, a conference for y'all, come fly me out. Hi, Darren Spaley. How are you? All right. All right. So now that I have told you about how my week has been, I didn't even finish. So I got back here Monday night. And then basically I've been working all week. Plus I'm in a couple of courses, so I've been keeping up with that and setting up some new systems. So a lot of you guys know that I have ebooks, right? I have put all of the ebooks in one place. So if you now go to the link in my bio, linktree/NPL consulting firm, linktree/NPL consulting firm, linktree/NPL consulting firm, you're going to find all the ebooks there. Okay. And the ebooks themselves are only $9.97 a piece. So no excuses. All right. So let's start. Welcome. Happy Thursday, everybody. If this is the first time you have, also, if you're watching, please share this out to your network, wherever you're watching from, share it to people. Your girl's trying to come up. Welcome. If this is your first time seeing my face, hearing my voice, I am Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I am the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help you get your business paperwork together, things like getting an EIN number, filing articles of incorporation, making sure you have contracts, getting trademarks and intellectual property protection, hiring employees, how to manage your money as a business person. I help you set up all of that infrastructure stuff. Now, you might be asking yourself, why does this lady think that she can help me? And I am so glad that you asked. I have been a licensed attorney. Thank you to whoever, hello to whoever came in. I can't see your name. I've been a licensed attorney for over a decade. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others. I had my own pet services business from 2009 to 2012. It is still in operation, but it's being run by my business partner. I said started business for myself and careers in hospitality, administrative support, and most important, I'm very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everybody as possible. Not everybody has time or money or even desire to go to business school or law school, but a lot of you out here have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful, there are certain business and legal concepts that you just have to know as a business owner. And that's where I come in. If you are interested in any of my services, products, or products, I urge you, go to linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. There you're going to find cool things like my new e-store where you have access to all of my ebooks at one click of the button. You can get my Protect Your Biz video training, which is a 2-hour training on trademarks, patents, and copyrights so people don't steal your stuff. You will also find access to my free sample of the trademark toolkit to give you some brand protection tips while you are thinking about things. And you will find access to my podcast where I interview, entrepreneurs in unique areas of industry to find out the day-to-day behind the scenes info of what are these daily business things that you have to do. So there's a lot of stuff at the link in my bio. Go check it out. You can also schedule your free 15-minute consultation if you are a first-time client. So schedule your free consultation, guys. It's free. What's holding you back? Okay. So now to the matter of why we are here. I'm going to need your help soon. I'm trying to get my funds together. Okay, Darren, we can absolutely do that. If you haven't scheduled your first consultation yet, though, go ahead and schedule it, and let's kind of get an idea of what you need to get together when you want to work with me. All right. All right. So now this is why we're here. Every Thursday, I get on here and I talk about pop culture legal stories that have to do with business, because I want to show you guys how these concepts work. And the easiest way is to show you how they work in real time, in real situations. We have talked about so many celebrities, so many different businesses, and how they've been sued or are suing because of trademark infringement, for contract breaches. So this show is to show you through these pop culture stories, these celebrity stories, how these business concepts work. And also, we can have some fun and dish a little bit. So, as I go through the stories, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. If you have comments, drop them in the comments. I want this to be an interactive experience. I want to talk to you guys. So don't just think that I'm here talking at you with these stories. If you want to chime in, or something isn't clear, talk to me so that we can get it clear for you, okay? All right. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, hello to whoever came in Facebook. Please say hi. Okay. So disclaimers. In case one of my apps goes out, remember, I am broadcasting on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Periscope. If where you are watching goes out, come to one of my other platforms. I am on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Periscope right now. Okay? All right. So we are going to get started. Oh, and guys, look at my cute notebook. This was one of my gifts from the conference. Nancy was so kind. She gave me a swag bag full of really cool stuff. All right. So first story we are talking about today is my girl Rihanna is steady trying to come for all our coins. She said, I'm not doing music. You're just going to buy my stuff. There has been a trademark filed for Fenty Skin. So the rumor going around is that Rihanna is going to get into skincare. So, look out for toners and cleansers and, blotting papers and all that stuff. Because I know I'm going to be first in line to get my Fenty Skin products. Because I have the Fenty Beauty makeup, I have the foundation and the primer. Hello to whoever came in on Facebook again. And when I tell you, I don't feel like I have makeup on when I have it on, and it matches my skin tone so perfect. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing a mask. Now, don't get me wrong. I wear MAC, and all that stuff, and their stuff is great. But the Fenty, I feel like it's a lighter makeup, and I like it. So Rihanna's coming out with some skincare, and I'm going to be first in line. All right. Hello, Versha Lewis. How are you? Okay. So next story we are talking about, you guys, I posted about this earlier this week in on my Instagram timeline, and I think I posted on my Facebook timeline as well. So we all know 50 Cent is a big troll, right? And he will make fun of anybody. He will harass you. Anyway, so there is, if y'all don't know Tierra Marie, I'm doing well, Versha. Thank you so much for asking. You're so sweet. If you guys don't know who Tierra Marie is, she is an R&B artist who had some success in, I want to say, the early 2000s. And since then, she has become a regular cast member on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, right? So about a year ago or so, someone released a sex tape of her, and she sued the person who was her ex-boyfriend. And she also sued 50 Cent because he reposted the video. Unfortunately, she lost. She sued under revenge porn laws. Unfortunately, she lost. And she was ordered to pay 50 Cent $30,000 in damages. 50 Cent has been harassing her since this judgment. And basically what she did was she went and made a diss track called I Ain't Got It and released it. So to get her back, 50 Cent took the phrase I Ain't Got It, trademarked it, bought the domain name, and is now selling I Ain't Got It merchandise, and Tierra Marie cannot make money off of it. Now, 50 Cent is a troll, but he is a brilliant troll. And this is why I tell you, it is important for you to protect your work early, because had Tierra Marie done her due diligence and just put in an application with the USPTO office, she could have, kept the I Ain't Got It brand and maybe made some of that money back to pay 50 Cent. Now, you don't have no brand and you still owe this man money. So this is a prime example of why you need to protect your stuff early so that people can't take it from right out from under you, okay? But yeah, don't mess with 50 Cent because that man is relentless. And don't forget, if you have questions about these stories, you can drop them in the comments, questions, comments, whatever, because I want to interact with you guys. I want to know what you guys think about these stories, okay? Next story we are talking about, it takes place in the great state of Oklahoma. And it has to do with two medical dispensaries in Oklahoma, or two medical cannabis dispensaries. So there are these two companies in Oklahoma. One is called Oklahoma Roots, and they have a trademark for Oklahoma Roots, okay? Not too long, a while after they opened, another dispensary opened, and they named themselves OK Roots. So you got Oklahoma Roots and you got OK Roots, right? Oklahoma Roots reached out to OK Roots and said, hey, we've got this name. It's a little close. Can you please stop using it? OK Roots said no and refused to do so. Hello, Lab Insurance Agency. How are you this evening? OK Roots said, we're not going to do that. Now, here's the twist. OK Roots, the dispensary, was then evicted from their place of business because they were smoking. Y'all hear Dallas? Always, without question, without on cue, all the time. Anyway, so OK Roots was evicted from their premises for smoking on site, right? And on top of that fact, they had set up shop next to a daycare. So they've been evicted from their place of business. And now it's kind of like, well, are they even in business anymore? Is this going to be a case if they don't have somewhere where they can run their business? But we will wait and see how Oklahoma Roots fares against OK Roots, because this is a really interesting case. It's like, it's not the same, but it's pretty close, Oklahoma, OK. OK is the abbreviation for Oklahoma. It is a credible argument that someone could say, oh, OK Roots, that's just the short name of Oklahoma Roots, and they go there. If you guys remember that story that I talked about with the two Louisiana restaurants, the one that was selling huge ass beers and the one down the street that was selling giant ass beers, it's kind of along the same lines. If you don't remember that story, I think you need to go back about 3 or 4 episodes, okay? All right, so that is our third story. Before we move on to the next one, I want to say welcome to you guys who came in, especially my insurance bae, Natasha Labbe. If you guys have any insurance needs, make sure you go check out Labbe Insurance Agency. They got you all lines of insurance, all right? But also, I want you guys to make sure that you go check out the link in my bio, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. There you're going to find access to my ebooks. You will be able to schedule your 15-minute free consultations. You can schedule your 1-hour consultations if you like as well. You will get access to my podcast, the sneak peek of my trademark toolkit so that you can get tips to protect your brand, and also access to my Protect Your Biz video training, where you get 2 hours of me talking to you and teaching you about trademarks, patents, and copyright so people don't steal your ideas. So go to linktree/NPL Consulting Firm today to get your stuff. All right, go check out what I got. Now, let's get back to our stories. So, our next story has to do with a Pittsburgh football team, a local football team that it was like a high school team, and they had to remove the area code of Pittsburgh from their helmets. So apparently the area code for Pittsburgh is 412. And there was a football team called the Pittsburgh Panthers, right? Pittsburgh Panthers, they're just kids playing at their high school, and they had 412 on their helmets. There is a Pittsburgh-based clothing line called Shop 112. Shop 412. I'm thinking 112 the group, y'all. I'm dating myself. Anyway, Shop 412, which I think was a really kind of crummy move. They basically sent a cease and desist letter and told the team that they could not use the numbers 412 on their merchandise because they owned it, and they said that they should seek out a licensing agreement. Now, if they trademarked 412, that is fine. However, I just don't think that you can have a proprietary trademark on an area code, We will wait and see how that turns out. I hope that the team is able to put it back on their helmets, because it's not like they're trying to make money. It's just like kids playing football, I mean, of course, whatever, the school's probably making money, but it's an area code. But like I said, if you protect your stuff, it gives you a lot of power. So this is why it's important to protect your stuff, because even though this is kind of like, frankly, a dick move, I mean, if they've got the trademark, they can do it. All right. Next story we are talking about, it has to do directly with the title of this broadcast. If you have heard of Cards Against Humanity, I want you to give me a C in the comments. If you've heard of Cards Against Humanity, if you've played Cards Against Humanity, I want you to give me a C in the comments, because this is actually a pretty funny story. I'm gonna wait for the C's, okay? Versha, you still here? Who else is in here? I'm waiting for the C's, y'all. I know that there is a bit of delay on Facebook and Instagram, so I don't want to rush too fast. All right, Versha has heard. Hi, King Tax Services. Versha has heard of Cards Against Humanity. King Tax Services, have you heard about about Cards Against Humanity? If you have, give me a C in the comments. Anyway, I'm gonna get started. So, we all know Cards Against Humanity is this game where you have, a statement, and then you have to complete the statement using some cards that other players have, right? And it's usually something really outlandish, or thank you, I'm glad, okay, you know what Cards Against Humanity is too. Something outlandish, something pretty crazy, and then you guys vote on who has the best answer, right? So there is a company called Vampire Squid Cards, and they came up with what they described themselves as an expansion pack to, oh, thank you so much, dear. They developed a set of cards that was described as an expansion pack to Cards Against Humanity, right? They were in talks with Cards Against Humanity for a licensing agreement, but they didn't get it. Somehow they thought that they had permission to do it and started selling the cards anyway, okay? And they were still hitting up Cards Against Humanity like, hey, can we do this? We want to sell it, all this stuff. Also, they had like a deal to get into Target, and they wanted to file a trademark application for their cards. Their deck of cards was called Crabs Adjust Humidity. So remember, the original company is Cards Against Humanity. Vampire Squid's cards are called Crabs Adjust Humidity, and it's being marketed as an expansion pack to Cards Against Humanity. Now, even just trying to say those two phrases, I get tongue-tied, right? So, Cards Against Humanity, it was basically like, there's confusion in the marketplace and you can't do this. You don't have a license from us to sell these Crabs Adjust Humidity cards, especially on top of the fact that you are selling them as an expansion pack to our well-known brand. So I have a feeling that unless some licensing agreement is reached, Crabs Adjust Humidity is not going to be able to sell these cards for much longer. Or maybe Cards Against Humanity will just buy it from them. So we will keep an eye on that case, okay? Any questions about Crabs Adjust Humidity and Cards Against Humanity? It's hard for me to say the two phrases. You see how confusion can happen? Okay. All right. So next story we are talking about, have any of you ever heard of a guy named David Beckham? David Beckham. If you know who David Beckham is, give me a D in the comments. David Beckham. David Beckham. Funny thing is, I got introduced through David Beckham through his wife, and I'll tell you who his wife is in a moment if you don't know. So if you know who David Beckham is, give me a D. If you don't know who David Beckham is, all right, Versha knows who David Beckham is. All right. This delay on Instagram is crazy. Okay, so David Beckham is a very famous soccer player. I believe he's now retired, right? David Beckham now lives in Miami, and he started his own soccer team. And the full name of the team is Club Internacional de Football Miami. But the shortened version of the name of the team is Inter Miami. Okay? Now, there is another soccer team that is based in Italy that is known as Inter Milan. Okay? And they have a trademark. They have a U.S. trademark application for King Tech. Okay, you don't. Okay. They have a U.S. trademark application for Inter Milan, and they also have worldwide recognition. People know this team as Inter Milan worldwide. Now, David Beckham's team is basically suing, saying that this team, Inter Milan, does not have a proprietary right to the phrase Inter, because Inter refers to international and it's too broad. Now, there is no conclusion to this. They have just entered this opposition, so we're going to have to wait and see. Can you trademark such a phrase like Inter for your team? This now remember, having Inter Milan would not prevent another team from saying, you know, Inter France or Inter Germany, or, you know, if you can differentiate it, in my opinion, it's all right to trademark the Inter as long as it is in conjunction with Milan. But if they're just trying to take the whole Inter and saying no other team can use Inter, I think that there will be a problem with that. All right. So I'm going to keep an eye on that for you guys as well, too. But again, this is why I tell you, you have to be specific when you are applying for your applications, and you have to do it early. Okay, because you can get broad protections if you do it early enough and nobody opposes you. Next case we are talking about is the case of Iceland, the country, against Iceland, the supermarket. Okay, so this is actually an international case, but I thought it was really interesting because this is a case where, you know, public good and public access trumps your trademark. So there is a supermarket chain in Iceland that is named Iceland. and they have the trademark to it in Iceland, and they were using it to basically threaten any other business that tried to use the name Iceland in their businesses. After going to the European court that handles trademarks, they were like, "You hello to whoever came in on Facebook. Say hi." So when they went to the European court that handles trademark, they were like, "Look, you can't just hijack a whole country's name for your business. It's not. You can't do that. It's hi Whitney Hand. It's a country name. Like who? It would be like me." Naming my store America. Let's say I had a shoe store and I named my shoe store America Shoes or United States Shoes, and then anybody who had a business that had America in the name or United States in the name, I was like, well, you can't use that because I have a trademark on America or I have a trademark on United States. Crazy, right? Anyway, the European Trademark Court said, sorry, you can't have Iceland. So Iceland, the country, wins. But again, this is like where public policy trumps your trademark. There are certain things that you're not going to be able to trademark because it's too big for you to hold it. All right. So now let me take a little break because we had a few new people come in. If this is your first time ever hearing me speak, seeing my face, I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting firm, NPL Consulting LLC. Sorry, my tongue is tied. A business formation firm. What that means is I help you get your business paperwork together, contracts, filing your articles of incorporation, protecting your brand through trademarks, copyrights, or patents, having hiring employees properly, managing your money as a business owner. I help you do all of that infrastructure stuff. I am a licensed attorney and have been one for over a decade. If you are interested in any of my services, go to the link in my bio, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. There you're going to find access to my podcast. You're going to find access to my ebooks, which are all less than $10. You're going to find access to my trademark toolkit sample that gives you some tips on protecting your brand. And you'll be able to set up your free 15-minute consultation for a first-time client. So go to the link in the bio and I'll look forward to hearing from you. All right, commercial break over. Next story. If you guys have been watching me for some time, you know that a while ago I talked about Rihanna suing her daddy. Rihanna sued her father for using the Fenty name. So what happened was her dad started a company called Fenty Entertainment and started booking shows, claiming that Rihanna was showing up. And he got a lot of money. And Rihanna's team was like, you don't have the authority to book shows for Rihanna. Like he was booking shows in Latin America, all over the place, right? So her team was like, no. But the weird thing is, okay, this is her father. He gave her the Fenty name. And they're like, sir, you can't use the Fenty name. On top of the fact that you're trying to use it to book her for shows that she's not going to be at. Anyway, so they were suing Rihanna's father for $75 million. Now, in response to this lawsuit, her father's legal team has basically said that Rihanna's team is lying. They have never booked shows for her. They said that if they did book shows, they acted in good faith because they thought they had the authority to do that. And then they said that even if all that happened, they're saying that Rihanna did not suffer any damages so that the suit should be dropped. So these are their defenses to the lawsuit. One, they're saying we didn't do anything. Two, they're saying if we did do anything, we thought we could. And three, they're saying if we did do it, she didn't suffer any damages anyway. She didn't lose any money. No, excuse me. All right. Anyway, I think those arguments are a bunch of poppycock, and I'm pretty sure that this suit is going to go in Rihanna's favor. Now, the amount that they're going to get, that remains to be seen. Because I think that the amount that they're suing for is just kind of to scare the other side and say, yo, where's our money? But remember that when you have a trademark, if somebody is using your mark illegally, you not only have a right to go after the money that they made using their mark, you also have the right to go after what is called treble damages. So if somebody makes $1 million using your registered trademark, you are not only just entitled to that $1 million, you can be entitled to up to $3 million for them using your trademark illegally, because it's your mark, especially if they did it maliciously and willfully and had no intention of stopping. So this is why having official trademarks is very important. A regular trademark is not going to get you treble damages, but an official trademark will. Thank you to whoever just came in on Facebook. I see those numbers going in. If you come in, say hi, come on into the room, introduce yourself. Let's talk. But yeah, so we are going to wait and see what happened with what happens with Rihanna and her daddy. I'm pretty sure her daddy's gonna lose. All right. Next case. Oh my gosh, guys. All right. There's this little company. I don't know if you have ever heard of it, but if you have heard of it, I want you to give me an N in the comments. Have you guys ever heard of a company called Nike? If you have heard of this company called Nike, please give me an N in the comments. If you have heard of Nike, give me an N in the comments. This is an Hi, Brandon. How are you? I want an N in the comments if you've heard of Nike. Because Nike's about to change the game on y'all in terms of what you put on your feet. I'm waiting for those N's. Come on, I know y'all have heard of Nike. That was a joke, guys. Give me an N in the comments. Yes, thank you, Brandon, for the N. Guys, my allergies are kicking in like something fierce. All right, Facebook, I think your delay is a little longer, but we're going to move on with the story. Versha, you never heard of Nike? Versha is giving me trouble over here. All right. So guys, Nike is trying to trademark the word footwear. However, it's not the way that you think. They are not trying to trademark Footwear. Thank you for the ends. They are trying to trademark Footwear. And why they are trying to do this is because Nike is coming out with technological shoe wear, like performance shoe wear that has technology. Apparently, they are developing a self-lacing shoe. And what else? It was another thing. I can't remember. But I know that at least one of the products is a self-lacing shoe. And in that vein, they are trying to trademark the word footwear, Footwear, so that I'm telling in the next year or so, if you start seeing Nike, and their, I don't know, Air Jordan footwears, TM, you heard it here first, okay? Nike's coming out with shoes that have computers in them. Okay. Next story that we okay, so we got all that? We good? Everybody here with me? Okay. So, y'all can send me some Nike footwears when they come out. I will not say no to free shoes. Nike, if you listening, send me some. All right. Next story we are talking about has to do with this company, Chrome Hearts versus Guess. Okay. So I found, you guys know that, yeah, it is crazy, Brandon, right? You guys know that, sorry. Okay. I had a slip of the brain for a second. I heard about that. You heard about the footwear one a few years ago? Oh, shoot. Okay. Versha is in the know. I did not know. Thank you, ma'am. So I heard it so Versha knew it first. I did not put Versha on. That's right. You better be in the loop. So this next case has to do with Chrome Hearts versus Guess. If you guys don't know, one of the websites that I get a lot of these stories from, no, I don't want to be tracked. One of the websites that I love to get stories from is thefashionlaw.com. It is a blog where they talk about where the law meets fashion, and they have incredible stories on there. And I was on there today, and they had a story of Chrome Hearts versus Guess. Now, Chrome Hearts is a very famous brand among celebrities, and their signature is having small silver crosses on all of their, hello, Evelyn 0305. And their trademark is having silver crosses on all of their kind of clothing and stuff, right? So they have filed suit against Guess and this other company called Kooples because they have made jewelry and clothing buttons. Okay, I'm glad I reminded you. They have made jewelry and clothing buttons that are very similar to what Kooples has. And I'm going to show you guys a couple of pictures so that you can see what the differences are, okay? So give me a moment. Okay. So I'm going to show Instagram and YouTube first. So Instagram and YouTube, I don't even know if you can see this. All right. If you see this drawing right here, that is the Chrome Hearts design. That white one. And then the darker one, here, Facebook. If you see the white one, that is the Chrome Hearts design. But then, if you go over and you look closer, here are the buttons for a Kooples item. These are the buttons for a Kooples item, okay? And then as well, here is some of the jewelry. So the one with the white background, the one with the really white background belongs to Chrome Hearts, and the one that says Accused Products is by Guess. Okay? White background, Chrome Hearts, Accused Products, Guess. So Chrome Hearts basically has a trademark, a trade dress. Now, remember, clothing itself does not have a trademark. If I make a black jacket, I can't say that nobody else can make that black jacket. But if I have things that are very distinctive to my brand, those things can be protected. So if you think about Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Gucci, whatever those other brands are, they usually have a very distinctive symbol that you can see. The format of their clothing is very distinctive. There are some, you can tell, if you pay attention, you could tell a Versace design when you see it. You can tell, a Louis Vuitton design is not that hard to pick out. So distinctive things. And for Chrome Hearts, their distinctive thing are these silver crosses all over their clothing. So they are suing Kooples and Guess and saying, hey, you stole our signature, item for our looks. We're the ones who do the fancy silver crosses. Now, there has not been a resolution to this, so we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. But I mean, who has a trademark on silver crosses? Because then we have to look at it as are you gonna sue the church? We would need to know what is the extent of this trademark. Can you really trademark? What if somebody designs something for a church and they use a silver cross? Would they have to get licensed from Chrome Hearts? I think this is kind of a difficult thing to call, at least in my opinion, because I feel like you can't have a proprietary claim on a cross. All right. Yes. So we only have 2 more cases to go through. Before we move on to those, if you guys have any questions, make sure that you drop them in the comments so that I can answer them. Also, make sure that you hit up Linktree/MPL Consulting Firm to see what freebies I got. My Biz Launch cheat sheet is up there. My trademark toolkit sample is up there. The link to my podcast is up there. Access to my ebooks is up there. Everything is up at Linktree/MPL Consulting Firm. All right. So go check that out. When we're done with the broadcast, go get your life, set up your free 15-minute consultation so we can talk about getting your business off the ground. All right. So now we are getting down to brass tacks, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about Florida Ave Brewing versus Florida Ave Eats. Okay. So these are two businesses that are about a mile apart from each other, a mile and a half apart from each other in Florida. One of them, Florida Ave Brewing, has been in business for years, and they do not have a trademark for Florida Ave, okay? But they've been on Florida Ave for years, and they're called Florida Ave Brewing. Now, last weekend, apparently, a new place opened up a mile and a half down the street, and they call themselves Florida Ave Eats. Okay. Now, the address for Florida Ave Brewing is 4104 Florida Ave. The address for Florida Ave Eats is 6605 Florida Ave. So there's a bit of space between them. Thank you to the people who came in on Facebook. Say hi when you come in. All right. So Florida Ave Brewing is saying that Florida Ave Eats is way too close to them, and they are suing for trademark infringement because Florida Ave Brewing also has an eatery on site. Also, they said that they have been getting calls from people asking if they are affiliated with Florida Ave Eats. Excuse me. Now, there has been pushback from the community because they're like, you don't have a trademark on the street name. So how are you going to try and, bully someone and say that they can't use the name of the street that the business is located on, especially for the fact that they are a mile and a half apart. Now, remember, they do not have an official trademark, right? So it's not to say that they can't get any damages. If they were able to establish that they did have a proprietary claim on Florida Ave, they would only be able to get actual damages and no treble damages. However, I liken this back to the case of Iceland. Iceland, the country, went after Iceland supermarket saying you can't hold the name. So I feel like this might be the same thing where they're like, hi Paula, Charles, how are you? This might be the same thing where the USPTO office says, look, Florida Ave is a street. You can't own the street name, right? So we will wait and see how that happens, what happens with that. And the last case that we are talking about today, ladies and gentlemen, has to do with one of my favorite childhood junk food snacks, Cheetos. This is the case of Cheetos versus Pitos. Excuse me. Now, we all know Cheetos. They are the bright orange, corn chips, and, they've got cheese all over them. And the what do you call that? The mascot, the spokesperson, the logo is a cheetah, chest of the cheetah. We've seen the commercials, right? Now, there is a company called Pitos, and they make healthy snacks that are made out of peas, right? Pitos made a snack called Pitos, and it had a tiger on the bag and a tagline that said, "Tigers live longer than Cheetos." Okay, so directly a jab at Cheetos. So Cheetos sent a cease and desist letter to Pitos and said, "Yo, you're really gonna come for our brand like that? You put a cheetah on your bag?" And basically Pitos was like, "We don't want no smoke with Cheetos. They have way more money than us." So they took the tagline, "Tigers live longer than cheetahs," off their bag. But again, look, this is a space where having your trademarks in place and being the better established brand gives you a lot of leverage, because it wasn't even like they had to go to court. They just said, "Sir, we have a trademark and you're infringing on it and we can take you to court." And the company was like, "Well, we don't have no money to go to court with you, so we're just going to give it up." Okay? So that is where a trademark really helps you, because sometimes you don't even have to go to court. Sometimes you can. Oh, quick story. One of my colleagues used to do an event that was called WeedWork, WEEDWORKS. Now, that is very similar to WeWork, those communal working spaces, right? They were just doing, monthly meetings. They got a letter from WeWork within 2 months of them doing these events. And WeWork was like, "Hey, we think this is a little too similar to our brand, and we'd really appreciate it if you stopped using it, because otherwise we might have to, take legal action." And my colleague was just starting out, and they were like, "I don't want no smoke with WeWork," so they changed the name. So again, if you have a trademark, one of your options when you see somebody using your mark is to send a cease and desist letter. And it's basically just an official letter saying, "Yo, I have a trademark and you're using it, or you're using part of it, and I don't like it. So please stop before I have to go to court." All right. And sometimes they'll say no and they'll drop it and they'll go right about their business and figure it out. All right. So those are the stories that I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any questions or comments, I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes to drop them. If you don't, hello to whoever came in, say hi. If you don't want to ask them here, remember that you can ask your questions. You can send them to nplconsultingfirm@gmail.com, and I will answer them on Tuesdays for my chat with Nat, where, I answer 3 questions a week about your business, the stories that I talk about, or business in general. Go check out the link in my bio, linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, and keep an eye out because I'm coming out with a free webinar soon. I just have to get all of the pieces put together so you guys can sign up. I really want a lot of participation in this, so this is why I'm doing it for free. Keep an eye out. Go to linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. Go get one of my ebooks. All right. Have a good night, guys. It was so good talking with you. I really enjoyed the interaction. I love Thursdays because I get to talk to you guys. We get to laugh while we learn. So I will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Be kind to yourselves, okay? Bye.